Okay, Bang Gang, it's time for, wow. That sounded a lot more PG-10 in my head than it did in real life. Anyways, I've now been having dreams about serving cakes to beautiful women on the beach near the sea. Anyways, I couldn't sleep, so I thought up this crazy Yellowjackets bean exploder of a theory. Yellowjackets, is Coach Ben secretly the Antler Queen? And is Callie about to pull a Shauna? To me, my Hive sisters, it's time to talk about the Antler Queen. Again, at this point, Yellowjackets fans have spent more time theorizing about the Antler Queen than we've spent on our actual jobs. Season 3, Episode 4 has only made things murkier. And right now, the biggest, weirdest, and maybe most genius theory floating around is that Coach Ben is the real Antler Queen. Yeah, the guy who spent most of last season moping, hallucinating his boyfriend, and somehow not getting eaten. And honestly, it kind of makes too much sense. Coach Ben, the silent puppet master of Cannibal High. Let's break this down. We've all assumed that the Antler Queen had to be one of the girls because, well, look at her. The antlers, the regal stance, the ominous silence. But what if we've been too focused on the obvious? Coach Ben is literally the only adult left in the group. He might be physically weaker than the rest of them, thanks to, the whole missing leg thing. But mentally, he's got decades of life experience on them. What if he figured out that the best way to survive wasn't to fight back, but to control the story? Think about it. Ben knew he couldn't overpower the girls. They were younger, stronger, and increasingly comfortable with human flesh. But what if he decided to manipulate them instead? What if he was the one who planted the seeds of the Antler Queen mythology? Maybe he convinced them that some higher power was guiding them, but in reality, it was just Ben pulling the strings from behind the scenes. The guy's a teacher. He knows how to lead without looking like he's leading. And the biggest clue? The Antler Queen never speaks. That could be a creative choice. Or it could mean that whoever is under that mask can't afford to be recognized. If it were Ben, he'd have to keep his identity under wraps. He couldn't command them outright, so he let the mythology do the talking. But wait, why would the girls listen to him? At first they wouldn't. They saw him as weak, condescending, and way too not into eating Jackie. But fear changes people. Ben might have started small, subtly guiding them into thinking there was a greater power in the woods. Maybe he nudged Lottie toward her visions, reinforcing the idea that she was chosen. Maybe he let them believe they were in control while steering them toward total savagery. And here's the kicker. Why didn't they eat him? The girls were starving. They turned on Jackie. They turned on Javi. And yet, Ben was always off limits. Either he was really, really good at hiding, or they saw him as too important. And the easiest way to become too important in a group of starving, traumatized teenagers? Convince them that the gods are watching. Maybe Ben built the entire belief system to keep himself alive, and in doing so, he became the true power behind the Antler Queen. Other Antler Queen theories that might still be true. Okay, maybe you're not sold on Coach Ben, the master manipulator. Fine, but that doesn't mean the answer is any clearer. Here are some other theories that still won't die. Lottie's a prophet, not a queen. Lottie has been the obvious pick for a while. She's got the visions, the charisma, and the whole cult leader aesthetic. But what if she's not actually in charge? Maybe Lottie is just the mouthpiece for whoever really controls the group. That would explain why she seems so lost in the present day. If she wasn't the one making the decisions, then she's been carrying guilt for something she didn't even do. Shauna is the real power. Shauna's got the rage. She's got the cold, calculating energy. She's also got a serious knack for survival. Maybe she wasn't the public face of the Antler Queen, but the one making the real choices. If Lottie was the religion, Shauna was the enforcer. The one who made the calls about who lived and who got cooked. Meanwhile, Callie might be following in Shauna's footsteps, straight to murder. While we're obsessing over the past, let's talk about the increasingly creepy situation happening in the present timeline. Callie started off as a rebellious, eye-rolling teenager, but now, people think she might actually kill Jeff. It sounds extreme, but look at the clues. Jeff has been way too focused on trying to fix the family's karma. Almost like he knows something terrible is about to happen. Meanwhile, Callie's getting more comfortable with crime. First, she helps cover up a murder. Then, she starts lying effortlessly. And the biggest red flag? She's got the same instincts as Shauna. If Callie decides that Jeff is the problem, what's stopping her from removing him? This could be the show's way of showing a generational cycle of violence. The sins of the past repeating in real time. And if Callie does kill Jeff, it's going to send Shauna into a whole new level of darkness. Final thoughts. Is Coach Ben the mastermind and is Callie doomed? At this point, Yellowjackets is so layered with secrets, it's basically a conspiracy theory generator. Coach Ben as the Antler Queen makes almost too much sense. He had motive, he had the intelligence to manipulate the girls, and most importantly, he survived. And Callie? If she follows her mother's path, we might be watching another brutal transformation happen before our eyes. One thing's for sure, we are not ready for what's coming next. That's all I got. Yeah, I'm totally vibing on this season of Yellowjackets. That Shauna is something else, huh? Anyways, if you want to help me sleep or order cake on the beach, hit the like button and lick the subscribe nodule or protrudence. How about nubbins? Thanks, my dudes and dudettes. Hang tight for my next wild theory. Oh, wow. I can taste the cake already.